If you retire with $1 million invested, you might only be able to spend about $3,300 per month, not per week, per month. And that's because of something called the 4% rule. And when people actually run this math, a lot of them realize something uncomfortable. $1 million might not be the retirement number that they thought it was. Because the word millionaire was never meant to describe income. It describes assets. And retirement does not run on assets. Retirement runs on cash flow. By the end of this video, I'm going to show you the exact number that tends to make retirement actually work for most people. See, in 1995, becoming a millionaire meant something very different. Because $1 million in 1995 had the buying power of about $2.1 million today. So when people say, why doesn't $1 million feel like enough? The answer is simple, because the number hasn't changed, but the value has. Let's start with the trap, the math that nobody talks about. And trust me, this is easy math, not the convoluted algebraic calculus math that we all avoided in high school. Financial planners often use something called the 4% rule, and this is based on something called the Trinity study. Historically, it allowed retirees to withdraw about 4% per year, and that portfolio could last for at least 30 years, which means $1 million times 4% is about $40,000 per year. That's $3,300 per month. And that's not yachts, that's not private jets, it's just the math. Now, going back to 1995, $40,000 per year would have been equivalent to $85,367 per year now. But there's one mistake almost everyone makes when calculating their retirement number that quietly destroys their retirement plans. Now, could markets outperform? Of course, absolutely. Could you withdraw more than 4%, maybe 6% or 7%? Maybe you could. But if your retirement depends on a maybe, that's not a plan. We want to be bulletproof, my friend. And here's where it gets more serious. If you're 40 today and you retire at 60, inflation will likely cut your purchasing power nearly in half. That means your $1 million will feel more like $500,000 in today's terms, just like what we talked about in comparing 1995 to today. And this is why people retire and they say, why does this not feel like enough money? And according to a 2025 Transamerica Retirement Reality Survey of retirees, only 56% of retirees say that they built a large enough nest egg. And about 37% disagree that even after retiring, that they have enough saved. That means a surprising chunk of retirees feel that their savings fall short of what they thought they needed. So if chasing $1 million is the wrong strategy, the question has to become, what's the right strategy? And that is reverse engineer your retirement. The biggest mistake that people make with retirement planning is chasing that number instead of calculating income. To accomplish this strategy, as always, I have a free tool for you, so you can follow along with me. Let's hop over and check it out. This is how we're going to reverse engineer our retirement, and it's very easy. Step one, right over here, everything in green is what you're going to manually fill in. Everything not in green is typically automatically calculated on this wonderful little retirement calculator sheet. So go through, and I want you to think about what your expenses are going to look like in retirement, not today, because today could be completely different than like a couple years from now. So whenever you decide you want to be free, no longer work, retired, whatever, put in what you think your monthly expenses are. Do you have a mortgage? House paid off? You could put that in. Let's say you have $2,000 a month for the mortgage. Car loans at $700. Groceries, let's say it's $1,500 a month. Health insurance, we're going to put that at maybe like $800. So on and so forth. You're going to go down and basically put everything that you think you're going to have to spend in that retirement. What this is going to do is add up to your total monthly and your total annual expenses. Don't forget about fun things like travel, because we like our cruises, right? So if you want to go on a cruise, let's say you just want to fly to like different countries, put that in. So whatever that looks like on a monthly basis. So just some very quick examples that I plugged in puts me at total monthly expense of $7,780 or annually $93,360 of expense. This is the magic, because right over here is where things happen. This will be automatically calculated as your total portfolio that is needed at $2,334,000. And what that's doing is assessing inflation and also assessing what really needs to keep you going to maintain this level of expense. Now, you can adjust some things. Let's say you expect Social Security, right? So how much are you going to make in Social Security? That's what you're going to fill out right over here. So let's say we're going to put like $2,000 a month in Social Security. If you have a pension, that's awesome. Plug that in. If you think you're going to have any like side hustle income, you're going to do some things on the side for fun, drop that in as well. That's going to lower your overall need of annual expenses per year, which means based on a 4% rule, now look what? After $2,000 a month in Social Security, $1.7 million is what I need to maintain my life of $93,000 of expenses per year. If you don't believe Social Security isn't going to happen, leave it at zero. Totally your call. If you want to adjust the withdrawal rate, you can do that as well. This is free, no strings attached. Just click the link in the description below. Please make sure when you go into the Google Sheet, go to File, and click on Make a Copy. That way you can make a copy into your own account and not edit this one, because if you edit this one, everybody's going to see it. So once you get access to this, once you get the sheet, make sure you do that step. But now the dangerous part of the video. Here's where most people make a mistake. Once they hit their number, let's say it's like 1.7 million, they stop pushing. Or worse, they start coasting. And I personally recommend building margin into your overall portfolio. This, my friend, is the top deck living, right? Because if you ever see me on a cruise and I'm up there on the top deck, please make sure you stop by and say hi. But know that we need to build in margin for various splurges and even unexpected events beyond a typical emergency fund. And we're talking about like, things like unexpected medical and just random stuff like that. Margin often starts closer to $1.5 to $2 million, depending on your lifestyle. You do not need $10 million like some financial experts like to say. That's unnecessary. But you probably need more than the culture told you. That calculator will help you based on your expenses. You can go more aggressive if you want to learn all the details, but let's flip the narrative. If you understand what $1 million actually produces, you can reverse engineer your plan. You stop chasing a badge, that badge of $1 million, and you start building cash flow. That is the key. And here's something encouraging. The jump from $500,000 to $1 million, it does feel massive, right? But here's something surprising. The jump from $1 million to $1.5 million often happens faster than we think. Check out this chart. And we're going to say we invest $10,000 per year at an average rate of return of 7% per year. It would take you a whopping 7.84 years to reach your first $100,000. That feels like forever, right? 7 years, almost 8 years away. But guess what? Your next $100,000 now only takes 5.1 years. And then from $200,000 to $300,000, only 3.78 years. Why does the time in between the 100,000s keep getting shorter? Well, that is the power of compound interest and the power of why you need to start investing today. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. If you're watching this video, start getting a plan together ASAP, because time gets shorter between the goalposts, and that's what we want. The real magic isn't reaching $1 million. It's staying invested after you reach that goal. When I crossed $1 million in my portfolio, nothing magical happened at all. No confetti. Nobody came by to congratulate me. I felt a little lonely. The only thing that changed, the math started working harder than I did. And that is the real milestone. When your assets produce meaningful income, that, my friend, is freedom, not the label. So the real question isn't, can you reach $1 million? The real question is, will $1 million actually fund your life? Because if the goalpost feels like it keeps moving every time you recalculate, you're not imagining it. And in the next video, I'm going to explain exactly why the goalposts do keep moving. Keep building your Sharpe money, and I'll see you on the next video.